Hello, 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 divas. It is Coach Twy here with Fit, Fine, and Fabulous, and it is time for us to get started for our 30-day Marching to Melt Your Belly challenge. If you are there, please say hi and hello in the chat so I can know who is live with us. I've also had us to go live here on Facebook, so if you're watching this on Facebook, you should get in the Zoom room so that you can see all the comments and so that you can participate and ask questions for yourself. I see Patricia Wilson is not afraid to say hi. I see Pamela Ballard is not afraid to represent. I see Janice is in the house and Kimberly Freeman is in the house. What's up, ladies? It is time for us to get started. Miss Annie Gordon and Carrie Slater. Hey, from Georgia. Where are you guys representing from? I know we have some sisters who are participating with us for the first time, so it's not a bad idea to let us know in the chat. Is this your first Fit, Fine, and Fabulous challenge? Go ahead and type first in the chat. Type first in the chat. And oh, wow, it's Carrie's first time. Welcome, 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 Carrie. So good. Tavia is, okay, she's representing from the NO. Okay, Nola, baby. That is my hometown. Zelda's representing from Georgia, and it's Tavia's first time too. Welcome, girl. Pamela Ballard is from Pineville, Louisiana. We got some Louisiana folks up in the house, which I absolutely love. And it is Pamela's first time too. Let's give it up for all the new ladies who this first time participating in the Fit, Fine, and Fabulous challenge. Mildred is in the house from the D, and this is her first time too. Well, ladies, you are in for a treat. You are in for a treat. So excited that you are here with us. Marita, what's up, girl? Janice is welcoming all the new ladies. Thank you, Janice and Marita, for helping me to welcome our new sisters to our very first 30-day Marching to Melt Your Belly challenge using our new book, Go to God for Your Goals, Girl. Now, if you have your book and you received it already, go ahead and type book in the chat. If you've already received your book in the mail, go ahead and type book in the chat. I want to see how many of you have your books. Hopefully, mostly all of you have your books. Hopefully that is the case. That's so wonderful, so wonderful. All right. So I got another question. You got your books. How many of you have already gotten your 7,500 steps in? I want to know the number. How many steps have you already stepped today? In the chat, put your number in, sis. I'll be honest with you. I have not gotten mine in yet, but Patricia is representing hard with her 91.93 on day one. Carrie Slater, her 70.70 on day one. Burrell is blowing everybody out the water with 12.519 with 5 whole numbers. Marita, let's go, girl. We got Zelda in the house with 5 whole numbers. Whoa, almost 11,000. Annie is kicking it with 26.99. Pamela Ballard is exceeding our expectations with 79.59. Look at Jacqueline Parker in here. She is in the house, as well as Kimberly Freeman. Congratulations to all the new ladies who are just joining and also kicking butt. High stepping already. 10.646 for Mildred Davis and 10.189 for Sabrina Witherspoon. And girl, the day is not even done. Welcome to our kickoff party, sisters. We're going to explain how the challenge works. If you are interested in knowing more about how the challenge works, go ahead and type work in the comments. Type work in the comments. I want to commend each and every person, Varel and Carrie and Marita and Janice and Annie, Jacqueline Parker, Tavia Patterson, all the ladies, Zelda, all the ladies who were on this call on a Friday night. How about you are so focused on going to God for your goals that you are showing up on a live Zoom on a Friday night to talk about how a walking challenge works. I'm quite impressed. Welcome to March, sisters. Welcome to March, where we will be marching not just for our health, but we are marching for the Lord. Okay, we are marching to melt our bellies and also marching to reconnect with the Lord. And I am excited about that. And I know I'm talking about God, and then I'm showing this picture that ain't right. But I don't want this to be you in the summer. You see the girl in the back? If you see the girl in the back and you don't want to be the girl in the back, type not me. Type not me. I don't want that for me. I don't want to be the girl looking at other people mad and hating because they are comfortable with their bodies and I am not. I don't want to be the girl mad and in the back, not focused on her own journey, but looking at everybody else and judging. I don't want to be the girl who is just unhappy this summer. Not this time, not 2024, because we are striving for more in 2024. If that's you, if you are like me and you're like, girl, yes, I am right alongside you. I am striving for more in 2024. Go ahead and type 2024 in the chat. And as you could see, honey, we are very live and direct, right? Okay, we are communicating. This is a two-way street. I'm going to be sharing with you how the challenge works, but then I also want you to be coming right back at me with any questions you might have, any concerns or problems you may have already encountered. I am here to help you because Janice Davis and I are striving for more in 2024. We are not playing with this year. We are not playing with y'all. We are trying to snatch our waist. We are going to. We are not trying anything. We are going to do a better thing. We are going to do a bigger thing, and we are here to do it together as a sisterhood. Speaking of sisterhood, did you know March is Sisterhood Month? Because it is. Did you know March is Women's History Month? Because it is. March is also National Nutrition Month. March has so much going on, girl. March is also Sleep Month. Right? We got a lot that we're going to be covering this March, and I can't wait to cover it right alongside you. And for those of you who do not know, I am Nicole Coach Twyman, and I am the owner and founder and author of Fit, Fine, and Fabulous. And I've helped thousands of women lose thousands of pounds over the past decade. Somebody in the chat say decade, because I am not new to this. I am not new to this. I've been true to this for more than a decade. Can I get a decade in the chat? Because that is a long time to be supporting Black women over 40. That is a long time to be coming up with formulations and meal plans and workouts and intriguing ways to get people excited about their health. I've been doing this for more than a decade. So you are in a safe place. You're in a place of transformation, right? So you're in the right place. We snatch waists and we unbig backs. What is your focus, sister? Or do you need to unbig your back? Type back. If you need to snatch your waist, type waist. If you need to do both, just type both. I'm curious, which one is your primary goal? What is your primary goal? Is it the waist or the back or both? Marita says, girl, get this waist right for me. Mildred said it's about both of them. Please, please give me both, both of them. And Annie Gordon said it's about that waist as well. Sisters, we are here to do that. Do you realize all we need to do is move? All we need to do is eat better, think better, and move. And Pamela Battle, we're going to be focused this month. We're focusing on mindset and movement together in this challenge. Somebody type mindset, and then somebody else type movement, because we are focused on mindset and movement. Mindset and movement. Our minds are going to be made whole by just focusing on God's word and not on those negative thoughts that pop in our heads about how we've been there and done that and how it'll never happen and how I don't eat this and I don't eat that and how I don't have time for this and I have time for that. Girl, we are calling down those strongholds, and we are going to be focused on all the things that we have going on for March that is for us and not against us. We want to focus on what we have that is for us, because I'm saying it again, and not against us. We're going to focus on what we want. We're going to focus on what we desire, and we are leaving all those things that have destroyed us behind us. And we are pressing forward toward the mark. Are we not? Are we not pressing forward, sisters? Because that's what we're here to do. That is what we are here to do. So cheers to a new year, even though we are going into a new month, the third month of 2024. I say cheers to a more fit, a more fine, a more fabulous life in 2024, because like I said before, we are all striving for more in 2024. And for those of you who are new to Fit, Fine, and Fabulous, it is more than just a health and wellness community that you found. It's a transformative movement, and it's aimed at empowering Black women over 40, right? And it's founded, of course, by me. And this community is a holistic approach to achieving health and wellness. When I say holistic, I mean the whole thing. In our community, we talk about hormones, do we not? We talk about mindset, do we not? We talk about food, do we not? We talk about water. We talk about sleep. We talk about the whole woman. We are not just focused on you getting foods and you getting workouts, or you even setting your mind right. We address the whole woman. But for the month of March, we are pulling down two of those focuses. And those two focuses are what? Mindset and movement. So you're going to get your mind right this month, sis. If you're ready to get your mind right, type mind right in the chat, because you go get your mind right. If you lean into this community, if you listen into the devotions, if you focus on the book that's been sent to you in the mail, honey, you go get your mind right. You have no choice when you are aligned with God, right? God is the only transformational vehicle that can change the heart of minds, the heart of man, right? And we are here to try to change your hearts and your minds and your focus and your dedication towards your health. It is no longer something that's secondary. It is a primary thought. When you wake up in the day, I want you to be thinking about, Lord, thank you for waking me up this morning. When you wake up in the morning, I want you to be thinking about, Lord, help me to get my 7,500 and maybe even more. I want you to be thinking positive thoughts, encouraging thoughts, because we're getting our minds right this March as we are marching towards melting our bellies, right? Because at Fit, Fine, and Fabulous, we focus on breaking free from unhealthy habits and patterns that may have led to preventable diseases. Speaking of which, how many of you have diabetes? Go ahead and type a 1 in the chat. If you shown up tonight and you know you have diabetes, and you know walking can only help you lower your A1C, you know walking can only help you reduce those horrible cravings, you know walking can only be a positive force. Look at the ones coming through, because guess what, Jacqueline and Janice and Mildred and Michelle, you are not alone. We are doing this together as a sisterhood. So welcome to your clan, welcome to your people. Because at Fit, Fine, and Fabulous, we focus on preventable diseases and reversing those things. And how many of you have high blood pressure? Go ahead and type a 2 in the chat if that is you. Because our community provides a supportive, nurturing environment where women over 40 who are Black and brown can connect, can share their stories, and embark on a journey that is better health and wellness together. Even if it's high blood pressure that brings us together, guess what? We're going to bring that blood pressure down in the name of the Lord this March, are we not? Right? So we are doing this together, including education, including nutrition, including exercise guidance. We're doing all the things, right? Again, this community is more than just weight loss. This energy is more than just weight loss. It is a lifestyle of transformation, and that encourages women to believe in their potential. I want you to believe that every day in March. Ooh, do me a favor in the chat, type every day. Every day we're committed to every day. There are no days off. No days off. Who is with me? Michelle Hart's with me. Every day in March, we're getting in our steps. And tonight is the first night where we are holding ourselves accountable to do that. We are not putting our heads in the bed without reaching our goals, because this month, oh, baby, this month is our primary month. We are making it all our primary goals, right? I'm encouraging you to believe in your potential, to embrace the journey of growth that we have before us, and to let go of the myth of perfection, right? Because perfect doesn't exist. But in this moment in March, we are going to shoot for the moon. Shooting for the moon means every day in March. But if we miss a day, guess what? We get back up the next day, because perfection is a myth. But we're still going to shoot for the moon. And even if we miss, we'll be amongst the stars. This is a safe place for us to be honest. Now, y'all, let me tell you a little bit about me. I am a former project manager. I used to implement highly technical projects at IBM and Microsoft and PwC and Procter and Gamble, Mastercard, all these crazy big names, Fortune 500 companies, and it just didn't fulfill me. It didn't fulfill me. And I have decided to use my talents as a project manager to help Black and brown women project manage their health. What do you think about that? We're going to PM our health. We're going to be PMs of our bodies. If you're ready to make yourself the best project because you're a project manager, you're going to be project managing your health. If you are ready to be that PM of your health, go ahead and type PM in the chat, because that's what we're here to do. I'm going to help you get organized, Varel. I'm going to help you get organized, Annie. So we got checklists. We got all the things that PMs do. And guess what? You got a high power PM right behind you, supporting you, sis. And not only was I a PM, but I am currently the author of several books, one of which you have in your hand, and we will be reviewing together all month long. So I am just so excited. I love it when you post your book selfies. So sis, if you haven't, go ahead, sis, and post that book selfie, because I love a good book selfie, and we use them. Look at y'all. Look at y'all. These are my people out here sharing, that we are not afraid to put out there in the front that we are going to God for our goals, because alone we can't do it. Because alone we keep yo-yoing. Because alone we fail. But with God, all things are possible. Is that not the truth? Type in the comments all things if that's what you believe. If you believe like I believe, type all things, because I know, if you know like I know, that God will fix all things. He'll fix it all, including your health, including your high blood pressure, including your diabetes, including all the things. He is here for us, and we will be leveraging the Lord. I need you guys to know that I did some things. I have been on Good Day LA out here cooking, and that is me with the staff and the celebrity Darren Henson. We're out here cooking up. That was my 15-minute taco skillet. That is, whoo, it is so good. I've been featured in NASDAQ.com. I've been featured in all these other magazines. I am also, Facebook loves Fit, Fine, and Fabulous, just so you know. So they support us holistically because they've been featuring this Fit, Fine, and Fabulous for a while, sis. I am also an award-winning coach, and I'm just excited to be here to support you. But let me just tell you, I'm not a coach because I started off as a coach. You already know I started off as a PM, but it ended up as a PM. I struggled with losing my weight after I had my second kiddo, and it was a struggle for me. It was a big old struggle for me. I've been where you are. So do not be ashamed of your story. Do not be ashamed of it, honey, because your story will end up being your transformation. It will end up being the way you inspire others. So I've been there. So let me ask y'all a question. I'm going to tell you all the things that I've tried, and then I'm going to ask you if you've tried them too. I've tried the ACG diet. Have you tried ACG? Remember them drops you used to put under your tongue? If you've tried that, type me in the chat. I've tried Jenny Craig, right? That didn't work. It didn't stay. If you've tried Jenny Craig, type me in the chat. If you tried Weight Watchers, girl, I was in there buying all those expensive meals, trying to show up to meetings with people who didn't look like me, trying to be consistent with that, counting all them points. Oh, who could count the points for the rest of their life? Go ahead and type me in the chat. I've also tried the Atkins diet. I've tried just getting rid of all the carbs. Oh, let's let these carbs go, please. I've tried the vegan. I tried going vegan, not because vegan was good, but because I thought vegan could get me to be skinny. So that didn't work, right? I tried green smoothies all day long. Did you try any of that? I tried limiting my calories to only 1,200 calories like a toddler. Have you tried that? Like, I've tried all the things. Have you tried Dr. Ian? Y'all remember Dr. Ian coming out with those books, and I was like, Lord, let me get Dr. Ian's book. I've tried all of those things, friend, and it just didn't work out. You know, it'll work out in the morning. It'll work out in the moment, Weight Watchers did, Apple Diet did, leaving out the carbs did, but that did not give me the tools that I need to stop yo-yoing. Because right when I stopped Jenny Craig, right when I stopped Weight Watchers, right when I stopped whatever it was I was doing, I went right back to those old habits. Those old habits, honey, until I figured out the right habits to focus on. The right habits, right? Which one of those to focus on first was so important. And baby, look at me. I began to snatch my own waist. I began to unbig my own back. And I did this through research. I did this through practicing on my own self. And so I'm just excited to be able to share the same information that I've learned for myself, about myself, and the thousands of women I've helped all the way since what? This is 2024, girl. I've been doing this since 20. Oh, that is insane. That is just pure insanity that I've been doing this since 2012. But I want to remind you that March is National Nutrition Month. And while this is a steps challenge and they go into God's challenge, this is a sisterhood month challenge. And also I will be throwing in some recipes. So if you are interested in recipes, type recipes in the chat. I'm trying to see how many of the ladies who are on the chat who would actually also be interested in recipes. If that's you, go ahead, like you're yes. Because guess what? All the walking in the world won't get you the body you desire without you eating right. So we're going to be eating right. Right? I'm going to try to help you as much as I can. But those of you who are in my membership, you guys already know that I put out meal plans every Wednesday. So those of you in the membership will get full-blown meal plans just like we always do. Just like we always do. Those of you who are just in the steps challenge, don't worry. I'm going to hook you up every week with at least one recipe for you to try. Now let's get into how the challenge actually works. All right. So you get your go to God for your goals girl devotion, right? You got that, right? Everybody who has it, type yes in the chat. Even if you don't physically have the book yet, but if you understand that the challenge starts with the book, type yes, right? If you don't have the book, go to bit.ly/FFF, go to God Girl, and get your book. Join the challenge, right? And your book will actually ship tomorrow. So we're going to purchase the book. This is what it looks like when you go to the site to kind of get the book. That's it. Then once your book arrives, you know we're asking for selfies. You know we're asking you to post a book selfie. If you've already posted a book selfie in our Fit, Fine, and Fabulous group, go ahead and type selfie in the chat. If you've already blessed our computer screens with the selfie, go ahead and type selfie in the chat. And if you have not, tonight is the night. Tonight is the night. Go on ahead and take that book selfie and throw that thing in the group and let us know that I declare and decree that I'm marching with you guys. That I'm just listen, because this is how we're going to get to know each other. It is so good to see Daria's face and Sabrina's face and Tina's face, right? It's so good to see our faces. And so when we are able to flood our Fit, Fine, and Fabulous group with not just books, but faces, it becomes more real. Right? And we want to be able to motivate each other. So post your selfies. Next up, we have a calendar. Somebody in the chat type calendar. This calendar was sent to you via email. If you did not receive your calendar, it's okay. It's coming back to you tonight. It's coming back to you tonight after this call. We have a calendar. Now, I am going to share with you some of the things we already have planned for our calendar. Do you see March 1st on the calendar with the balloons? Type yes or no in the chat. Do you see March 1st? It says kickoff party. It also says meat-free recipe, right? So tonight, I will be sharing with you a meat-free recipe on tonight. I am following this calendar that I put together. I wanted you to see what we have planned as well. So tonight is the kickoff party. Tonight, we're also giving you a meat-free recipe. And did you guys see the pancakes that I posted on my page? That is the recipe I will be sharing. It is a high protein pancake, and it is so good that you could just eat the batter. Like I was literally licking the batter off of the blender. Like, it's crazy. That's how good it is. Now, tomorrow, like always, in Fit, Fine, and Fabulous, it is Saturday. Somebody in the chat type stats. Stats. It is Saturday tomorrow. So for those of you who are in the membership, all of your stats are due. Michelle Hart, Varel Green, Daria, Kimberly Freeman. Come on, membership ladies. Annie Gordon. We already know that our stats, our full stats are due in the app tomorrow when we wake up. For those of you who are new to Fit, Fine, and Fabulous, do me a favor. Type new in the chat. Type new in the chat if you are new to Fit, Fine, and Fabulous. Type new so we can see you. Hey, Diane. Hey, Tavia. Hey, girls. Who else is new? Go ahead and type new, because for new ladies, Mildred, Diane, Tavia, whoever else we have, all you need to do is measure your waist. Jacqueline Parker, just measure your waist. That is the minimum thing I'm looking for you to do, because guess what? This challenge is called Marching to Melt Your Belly. So for us to really know if we melted our bellies, we have to measure our starting point. Does that make sense, Diane? I'm talking specifically to these new ladies. Diane, Tavia, Mildred, Jacqueline. Tell me in the chat if that makes sense. What I need for you to do, Tavia, Diane, Jacqueline, Mildred, and all the new sisters who are watching this, I need you to grab yourself a measuring tape and measure your bellies. And then what I want you to do, hold on, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm gonna tell you what I want you to do. I want you to measure your belly, and then you could put that waist measurement in the app. I'm gonna show you how to do it tonight. I also want you to, if you'd like, print your calendar and you can write down your current waist inches every Saturday. Because then we want to know how we're doing each week, right? Because what we track and what we measure, we are able to better manage it. We are able to better get a hold of it. We could see the number going up and down and then make decisions like that. Because guess what? We are the project managers of our health. We are ourselves our best project we'll ever work on, right? So stats will be due tomorrow in the morning. Put them in the app, put them on your calendar. On Sundays, every Sunday, I'm going to be sharing some meal prep tips. Does that make sense to everyone? Meal prep tips. Because guess what? Isn't it March Madness? It's basketball, college basketball craziness in March. So I am calling it meal prep madness. March meal prep madness. So every Sunday, I'm going to be sharing some meal prep tips. So be on the lookout for that. Ladies, make sure you follow me on Facebook. Make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube. Do not miss this free, good information. Also, every Monday, I would like for us, and let me see how many of y'all are down with this, though. This is something I came up with because people like to go meat-free in March. Now, I don't need for us to have the whole month of March meat-free, but what if we had one meat-free meal every Monday? Can you commit to that? Yes or no in the chat. Can you commit to eating one meat-free meal every Monday? Now, I'm going to help you out. I'm giving you meat-free recipes every Wednesday. Every Wednesday. I'm going to give you a meat-free recipe. It's going to slide through an email for the ladies who signed up. You will get a meat-free recipe on a Wednesday, and then you can cook it on a weekend, and then that Monday come around. If you don't have nothing else healthy, you're going to have that meal that's healthy. Now, for those of us who are in the membership, remember, all our meals are healthy. We're trying to be 90% healthy because we want to continue to march down to spring. We have 3 weeks left in spring. 3 weeks left until spring. So we want to be sure that we are continuing to whittle our middle, because then summer's coming fast, y'all. So stats on Saturday, meal prep tips on Sunday, meat-free Mondays, meat-free recipes on Wednesdays, right? And every day you're getting an audio devotion from me. So did you listen to the devotion, or did you read it? Or did you do both? In the chat, let me know. Do you like to listen to it while you walk? Or do you just prefer to read it on your own at bedtime? Let me know, because I need to know that. Did you listen to it? Did you read it? Did you do both? right? Mildred says she listened to it. Tavia says she listened to it. Kimberly Freeman says she listened to it. Jacqueline says she read it today. All right. So you told me what you did today. Tell me, what do you prefer? What do you prefer? Should we not have the audio? Should do you guys just want to read? Let me know in the chat. What is your vote? Do you want to have audio every day so you can listen to it while you walk? Or do you want to just read it? Or do you like having both? Do you like having both? All right. All right. They say they like both. That's good to know. Well, guess what? I will be recording them then. If that's your wish, then guess what? That's what you will have. You will have those recordings. But here's what I need for you to do. When you listen to that recording, because it's gonna take me how many hours? It's gonna be a lot of reading into a mic, which I don't mind doing at all. But if I'm gonna spend my time doing that, can you leave a comment on the video when you do it? Can you do that? If you listen to today's video, go back, like the video, and leave a comment. That helps me. That helps my YouTube channel. So if I'm going to record them and you're going to listen to them, can you leave a comment? Yes or no in the chat? Can that be our agreement? Be like, oh, coach said she recorded this. Let me go ahead and help. All I got to do is say, this was good, or yes, Lord, or amen. You ain't even got to type nothing long. Can we get that out, your Marita? Can we get that, Annie? I appreciate the support. Now, ladies, the first day of spring is March 20th. I already told you that March is also sleep month, right? So I know we're doing a lot. We're doing a walking challenge. We're talking about nutrition and we're getting nutrition tips in. But guess what? We can't let March go with also supporting us through sleep. How many of you have trouble with sleep in the chat? If you do, type sleep in the chat. Do you need sleep help? Type sleep in the chat. If you struggle with falling asleep, if you struggle with staying asleep, if you struggle with restless sleep, if you struggle with waking up and you still tired kind of sleep, if you struggle with, oh, I'm constipated and I didn't get things going in my sleep, right? If that's you, type sleep. Because I want y'all to know, Kimberly, thank you for sharing that you don't get enough sleep. I want y'all to know that I have another book coming out. Another book coming out. And I want you to be the first ones to know. The name of the book is Get More Sleep Girl. Can somebody type that in the chat for me? Get More Sleep Girl. That is the name of the book. And it will be a 10-day challenge. Get More Sleep Girl. It will be a 10-day challenge where we talk about what are the stages of sleep, how important is sleep, how to get more sleep, how to get more restful sleep, what foods should I eat to support sleep, right? We're going to be talking all the things sleep. So when you leave this sleep challenge, you'll be like, Lord, I am sleep prepared. I am sleep prepared. If you are interested in participating in that challenge, type me in the chat. Type me in the chat because I'm letting you know up front, we are targeting Kim, we are targeting Annie, we are targeting that challenge to start March 20th. That challenge is going to be the last 10 days of this challenge. It's going to be a challenge within a challenge. So the last part of this walking challenge will end up being live. We will be live for 10 days straight. You will join me on a Zoom for education for 10 days straight. So if you're interested in participating in the sleep challenge, it starts on March 20th, but we will be having free sleep classes for the month. Our first sleep class is this upcoming Thursday, March 7th. March 7th. It is a sleep class that I'm putting together. It's about the connection with sleep in your belly, because there's a serious connection between the lack of sleep and the size of your belly. I don't know if you know it, but it's a serious connection. So how many of you are going to join that class? Type class in the comments. I will be sending out that link soon to join us for that sleep class to talk about the connection between sleep and your belly. That's coming up this Thursday. And then I have another sleep class that's coming up on Sunday, March 17th. And then finally, March 20th, we are doing our sleep challenge. So when I tell you, March is loaded with free information for you guys. So we want you to be educated, and not just educated, but also inspired. Okay? Did that make sense to everybody? Type yes or no in the chat. Any questions, please ask them. I am here to kick this challenge off, to answer any questions you might have. This is your time. Ask your questions, sis. All right. All right. Let's move on. So you get your calendar. Now, here's what I want you to do. Here's what I want you to do. If you are listening, if you're still listening, you're still live, type a 1 in the chat. If you're still here, you're still alive, and you're still listening, type a 1 in the chat. I don't want y'all to go dead, because I want y'all to hear how the challenge works. I just went over the whole month of March, so I want y'all to print these calendars. I want you to print them because it helps to, kind of organize things. And then I want you to decide on how many steps you're going to take each day. Let's decide that right now on the chat. Let's decide it, sis. How many steps are you determined to take? What is your minimum number of steps that you are not going to let the sun go down? You're not going to get in that bed without how many steps? Zelda giving it 7,500. Mildred says 10,000. Annie, I love that your goal is 5,000, because Annie is going at her level. Right? She understands that 5,000 may be a stretch for her. So she's stretching to 5,000, which is okay. So sisters, when you print your calendars, what I want for you to do is write your goal on your calendar like this. This is what I did. Look, do you see my calendar, my new calendar? So every day I'm getting 7,500 steps. 7,500. I'm going for 7,500, just like Kimberly Freeman. Me and Kimberly Freeman, we in this thing. So I am putting my planned number of steps. Look, we project managers are here. I'm planning 7,500 steps every day. Every day. Now, if I don't reach them, I'm not sad. I am just going to reassess how I can increase my steps. That's all. That's all. It's not a bad thing if you don't get it, but we all need goals. All need goals. Who else has a goal? Darius says 5,000. Cynthia Meek says 10,000. Marita says 10,000. All right, so I want you to write those steps each day. Now, if on your calendar, if you have a time that you're out of town, make sure you put out of town, because guess what? I want you to think about, how am I going to get my steps out of town? How am I going to get the steps on the day that I have a happy hour with my coworkers? How am I going to get my steps when I have a sisterhood luncheon with my sorors? Whatever the scenario may be, make sure you're looking at your March and deciding, how can I achieve my steps for the day? Because these steps, like Darius said 5,000, Kimberly said 7,500, Diane Richardson 7,500, Annie Gordon 5,000, Mildred Davis 10,000. These are non-negotiables. Do we understand? If you understand, type yes in the chat. If you understand that this is a non-negotiable number for yourself, that you are shooting for a goal for yourself, with God by your side, you're going to figure this out, Tavia. Now I got another question for you guys. When was the last time you set a steps goal for an entire month and then you completed it? Type that in the chat. You set a goal, I'm going to do this every day for the month, and then you actually completed it. When was the last time you did that? Tell me in the chat. Patricia said, I ain't never did that. Janice says September, and I love that. You know why I love it? Because September for Janice and Pharrell is the last time we did this challenge. Michelle said 5 years ago. Marita says probably in 2020. Darius says, I ain't never did it. Cynthia Meek said September. Why are they saying September? Because in September we had a challenge called September, when we were stepping every day. And let me tell you what made that challenge successful, Cynthia Meeks, is because every night we posted our selfie, right? Every night we were committed. Every morning, if you were a morning walker, you posted your selfie. So I am going to ask you guys, post your selfie. It develops our sisterhood. It's sisterhood March. We need to get our faces out there. We need to feel connected to Mildred and to Marita and to Annie. I want to see you guys. Now, if you're not comfortable posting your selfie, can you post your watch? Can you post your shoes? Can you post your street? Can you post your treadmill? In the chat, let me know, what are you comfortable posting every night? Tell me in the chat, what are you comfortable posting? Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I'll post a mixture. I'm going to do probably my face, I'm going to do the whole thing, but I'm committing to every night. Every night I'm posting something, right? Zelda says she's posting every night. She's posting a mixture, right? Mildred says she's posting her watch. Burrell says she's posted a mixture. What are you posting? I want to know, sisters. We are not in this alone. You are not out here. You did not pay this money to do this as a sisterhood to hide behind the screen. You can post your shoes. You can post. Tavia says she gonna post it all, but Tavia, I'm gonna be looking. Janice says I'm gonna post myself, Mr. Janice, and all the things. Andy says a mixture. Let's get it. Let's get it. Well, I'm gonna be looking to see your faces. I'm gonna be looking to see your watch, what kind of watch you have, all the things. I'm excited for it. But tonight we decided on our non-negotiable steps. That's 7,500 steps, non-negotiable. Next up, I want you to determine the time of day you plan on taking the majority of your steps. When are you doing it? When are you doing it? Tell me in the chat. The majority of them. Now, these include steps that you're taking just around the house, steps that you're taking to the mailbox. All of those steps matter, but there's going to have to be a concentrated effort in order for you to get 7,500, 5,000, 10,000. You're going to have to dedicate some time. So tell me in the chat, what time are you dedicating? And you know, we in Fit, Fun, and Fabulous, we don't play these general times. Like, oh, sometime in the morning, sometime. Nope. What time? Give me a time. What time are you going to start? You need to be specific with your goals so that you can achieve them. Week goals, girl, that we don't always achieve that. Diane says 1 p.m. So here's what I want you to do. Print your calendar and look what I did on mine. On the left side, do y'all see that? Type yes or no in the chat. Do you see I plan to finish 7,500 steps before 8 p.m. each day. That is my SMART goal. That is my SMART goal. What is yours? I plan to finish 7,500 steps each day before 8 p.m. PST. I'm getting it all in before 8 o'clock. That is my goal. Do you see that? Yes or no in the chat? Do you see it? Now I need you to get yours, Daria. I need you to get yours, Diane. What is your specific goal? Who's our morning crew? I know some of us are going to be morning ladies. Some of us are going to be evening ladies. Some of us are going to be afternoon, right? So I want you guys to decide ahead how many steps. Decide ahead. What time am I going to accomplish this by? Decide ahead, because listen, sis, listen, you got to get your mind right. This can't be a afterthought. This can't be something in the back of your head. This can't be like, oh, I'm going to get to it. No. This is your priority for March. Well, at least it's mine. Tell me in the chat, is it your priority? If it's your priority, type priority in the chat. I'm just curious. Is this a major priority for you? Is this a non-negotiable for you? Is this oh no, I gotta do this for my health. I gotta get these steps in. I need to feel accomplished, especially as I get through spring and as I head to summer. I need to make this a priority. Who else has this as a strong priority in their lives? That it's not an option that we don't do it. Tavia is with me. Daria is with me. Come on. Annie Gordon and Zelda are with me. Diane Richardson, Jacqueline Parker. Come on, ladies. It's a priority. It should be first. And so when we have things that are our priority, we don't just lackadaisical say, oh, I'm going to get to it. It's a priority. We are going to schedule that time. How many of us can schedule the time on our phones right now? If you can schedule the time, your walking time, your major walking time where you are going to get your main steps in, go ahead and type schedule in the chat. And I'm going to give you 30 seconds to go ahead and do that. Go ahead, Tavia. Open up your phone right now and do a recording invite to yourself. You're going to make a meeting with yourself. You're going to block that lunchtime. You're going to block that morning time. You're going to block that evening time, because what we just said, Daria, we said it's a priority. So we're going to act and move and just get through it like it's like we said it is a priority. So once you have decided on your time and you have put it in your calendar, Cheryl Mormon, okay, hey girl, hey, all right, you have it and you put it in your calendar, type Cal in the chat. That's C-A-L. If it's already on your calendar, then don't play me, don't lie to me. God sees you. I hope you're not lying, Tavia and Michelle Hart. God sees you. I hope it's really on your calendar. Get it in. Tavia says, no, ma'am, I'm not playing with that. I see you, friend. I'm with you, friend. Thank you, Tavia. She says, no, ma'am. Jacqueline Parker is already on her calendar. All right, sisters, when you get it in your calendar, go ahead and type Cal in the chat, because we said it's a priority. Now we're going to make steps like it's a priority. We're not just going to say it's a priority. We're going to move like it's a priority. We're going to think like it's a priority. We're going to make it actually a priority. We're not just going to say a thing. We're going to do a thing. Now, woo! Now we got the time of day. Now we know how many steps. Now we know exactly what's going on. Now we should be able to, all right, hey, here's our last exercise for the night. Here's our last exercise for the night. All right. I want you to, based on, come on, sisters. I'm going to tell you, this challenge is over on March 30th. It is 30 days. I know there are 31 days in March, but our challenge is over on the 30th. So day 1 through day 30. Okay. So what I want you to do is tell me if you met your goal every day this month. Okay. What would be your total steps for the whole month? What would be your total steps for the whole month? If you did what you said you were going to do by March 30th, how many steps would you have? Let me know in the chat. Get your calendar, your calculators out. So here's what I'm doing. Going to the calculator, and I am shooting for 7,500 steps a day. So I'm typing 7,500 times 30 days. So I should have me, Patricia, Michelle Hart, and Tavia are twins. Okay, Patricia, we the 7,500 girls. Where my 7,500 girls at? Kimberly Freeman, right? 225,000 steps. Can we do it? Can we do it? Can we do it? The 7,500 girls take 7,500 times 30. The 10,000 girls take 10,000 times 30. What is that? 300,000. If you were 10,000 girl. Now, that is your goal. So we can have a daily goal, and then we can have our weekly goal, and now we got a monthly goal. Our monthly goal for the 7,500 girls is 225,000. And if we wanted to know, well, how many is that for the week? 7,500 times 7, 52,500. That's what we're shooting for every week. 52,500 if we're doing 7,500. This particular week is short. Our first week is only days 1 and 2, Friday and Saturday, today and tomorrow. So this week, it's only, what's that, y'all? 7,500 times 2, 15,000 steps. So for my 7,500 girls, it is so, for all the ladies, it is so easy for us to have a perfect week, because we're talking about 2 days. We're talking about today and we're talking about tomorrow. Now, can you get your steps in today and tomorrow? Yes or no in the chat. Yes or no in the chat. Can you do it? Can you do it today and tomorrow? We're starting off the week today and tomorrow. Can we do it? Can we do it? Can we do it today and tomorrow? All right. All right. So here's what we're going to do. At the end of the week, which is tomorrow, Mildred, Diane, Cynthia Meeks, at the end of the week, we're going to put totals to our week. Totals. Do you see on my calendar? I added that. Your calendar doesn't have that. These are things I added. Total steps per week. I'm going to type in my actual steps. I'm going to type in my actual steps. So for day one, I said, oh, I'm going to do 7,500 steps. But then I'm going to write in what I actually did. Now, this is what we do as project managers, ladies. We make a plan, but then we go back and we put in actuals. Does that make sense? If that makes sense to you, type a 1 in the chat. So I want you to load your calendar up with your plan. My plan is 7,500 steps. My plan is 7,500 steps. You put that on your day. Every day you declare and decree that this is a 7,500 step day. But then at the end of the day, when you're writing in your journal, when you were closing out your day, look at your steps and write what you actually did. You have your plan, but then you have your actuals. Make sense? Type a 1. Then at the end of the week, we know what our planned steps are for the week. Now we want to know what are our actual steps for the week. So this first week is so short, we can do this real easy. My plan is 7,500 steps a day. My plan is 15,000 steps for this first week. Now, but what am I actually going to do? That's up to me, isn't it? It's up to me. And it's just like it's up to me. It is also up to you. What are you going to do? So tell me in the chat, what will be, right? What are you planning on your steps being by the end of Saturday, which is the end of our first week? It's just 2 days. What is your number going to be? My number is going to be 15,000 or more. I'm just trying to tell you, I'm getting in my steps. I'm going to have my 15,000 or more for the first week, right? For that first week, I'm getting in 7,500 on Friday today, and I'm getting 7,500 on tomorrow. So I'm getting in 15,000. So I'm going to have at least 15. And with you, Varel, at least 15 is the bottom. It is the bottom. And this is how we want to analyze our steps. This is how you make a goal happen in your life. It's not possible for you to just be like, okay, I want to go from not stepping at all to stepping every day. And you don't even think about when, you don't even think about how, you don't even give yourself a how much. This is how we win. So based on tonight's call, how comfortable do you feel about your marching goals for March? How comfortable do you feel with your planned steps? How comfortable do you feel with moving forward in the challenge? Let me know in the chat. Can we do this? Are we doing this? And I'm not saying, oh, I might, oh, I'm going to try. No. We need to be committed. We need to be assertive. We need to be radical in order for us to make this happen. Do you understand that? You cannot walk around in meekness and do this. It's going to take another level of you, Cheryl Mormon. It's going to take another level of Zelda. Zelda can't show up like she showed up last month because she didn't do this last month. So this month we have to be different. Right? And that's what we're doing. Cheryl Mormon says we are, capital R, doing this. And Diane says, yes, we can. And I need you to keep that in your spirit. We will do it. I don't want anybody talking weak. I don't want anyone talking meek. I'm going to try. I'm going to see. Well, I signed up, but let me see what I could do. Oh, you failing. I already know when people talk like that, it's not happening. She's already in her head, mentally giving herself an out. I don't want you to have that. We are doing it. There's no trying here. No trying. We're not trying. It's not in our vocabulary. We are doers, right? I already said that every Saturday, we're going to be measuring our waist. So at the end of the week, we have 2 activities we're doing. We're totaling our steps for the week, and we're measuring our waist. 2 activities. And I want you to write your waist measurements down tomorrow. And I'm hoping that by March the 9th, your waist will be smaller. Your waist will be smaller. Why? Because you're eating better. Because you're drinking more water. right? And because you are walking it out with God, with your consistency, God is going to help us with that consistency part. What we cannot do alone, we can do through him, right? Through him, not your own might, but through his might, right? So we are going to measure our waist. How many of you already know your waist measurements? Type not me or me in the chat. Do you already know your waist measurement? Go ahead and write it on your calendar if you already know it. If you don't know it, don't be ashamed, because most of these people who are saying me are in my program. Jacqueline, thank you for your honesty, sis. Most of these other ladies are in the Fit, Fine, and Fabulous program, so we do this every Saturday already, right? If you don't know it, say not me. If you do know it, say me. If you don't know it, let's get it. If you know it, go ahead and do it. So one of the main ways we're going to organize ourselves is through the Fit, Fine, and Fabulous app. If you've downloaded the Fit, Fine, and Fabulous app already, Mildred, we are not afraid. We are not afraid. Why are we not afraid, Mildred? Because we can't fix what we refuse to face, Mildred. Your belly will stay the same if you can't face your fat. So we got to look at that thing in the mirror and we got to say, you know what? I'm about to measure you right now because you won't be the same in 30 days. So don't be afraid of the fat, face it. We got that, Mildred? We are not afraid of our own bodies. We will face our bodies and we will boss up to it. We can't be weak in this. We can't be meek in this. We got to rise up to it, right? We got to level up our thinking. That's how we get past it. I'm with you, Mildred. I'm with you. I felt that way before too. But I got you. We got you. This is a safe place. This is the best place to do it. So I'm encouraging everyone who feels like Mildred. Mildred is so strong already because nobody else admitted that. Only Mildred. So that's how I know she's strong. But all of us feel like that. Am I lying? How many of you hate your belly size? Hate your belly? How many of you type me in the chat if that's you? How many of you hate your, look at that, Mildred. Look at that, Mildred. This is how I know that you are a warrior, because look at all the people saying me, but nobody else said that but you. So you are a warrior. And that means to me that you can face it. You are not alone and you can face it. So face it and we're going to fix it. But if you don't face it, we can't fix it. We got to face it. So download that app. If you have the app, say app in the chat. Join us in the app. If you have trouble with the app, make sure that you go ahead and email us at VIP Diva Support at fitfinefabulous.com. I'm going to type it in the chat for you, VIP Diva Support at fitfinefabulous.com. If you have any questions or problems with the app, download that app, get it to us. And look, I'm showing you here. Do not forget this. In fact, go to your app right now, right? Do you see that plus sign? Do you see the plus sign in the app? The plus sign. If you can see that plus sign, type the plus sign in the chat. Do you see the plus sign? All right, Zelda can see the plus sign. That plus sign is what you use to add your stats. You hit the plus sign, Zelda, because it's only me and you that can see it, Zelda. Nobody else can see it because nobody's commenting. So we'll say it's us, me and you, Zelda. We hit the plus sign, and then we hit body stats. Tavia, you hit the plus sign, and then you hit body stats. This is how you add it. And then here's where you add your waist, your body weight. You add all these things right here. You hit the plus sign, and then you hit body stats. If you have problems accessing the Fit, Fine, and Fabulous app, make sure that you email us at VIPDivaSupport at fitfinefabulous.com. But I'm walking you through how to add your stats right now, right? I want you to commit to doing this every Saturday, right? Now, inside of the app, your workouts and your devotion will be provided in the app. Your workouts and your devotion will be provided in the app. On the home page of the app, on the home page, the very first page. So when you get in the app, sisters, I want you to open it, and then let me see. I'm gonna go in the app with you. Hold on. Let me open it with you. I'll tell you exactly where to go, because I am going to put the recordings here. And when you get in there, on the very first page you see, it says things to do. Does it not? If you don't see things to do at the top, hit the rocket ship on the left side. The rocket ship. Today you should see walking 7,500 steps, right? Walking 7,500 steps. You should also see day one, go to God for your goals, girl. That is your quote unquote workout. Diane, please email VIP Diva support at fitfinefabulous.com. Janice, your plus sign is what you use to put in your stats. You put in your stats every Saturday. So I know you know how to do that portion. But if you're confused and you need some help, email us at VIP Diva support and we will get you what you need. But for everyone else, are you able to see the things to do today tab? And on there, it tells you today I'm walking at least 7,500 steps. Today I need to do my workout for Go to God this day one. Do you see it? Type yes or no in the chat. Because I don't want anyone left behind. I don't want anyone confused about what we're doing. We make it really easy. This app is helping to guide the challenge. So tomorrow you will have, if you hit the arrow on things to do, you will see that there will be, go ahead and hit that arrow. Go ahead and hit the arrow. You will see the walking 7,500 steps. And then you should also see, because it's Saturday, take your progress photos, take your body stats. Now, for those of us who are in just the walking challenge, you don't have to take progress photos if you don't want to, but you are welcome to take your pictures here. It's very easy to do in the app. And you just click that button, you just click it. You just click on it and it walks you through it. Taking your pictures, doing your stats. And then tomorrow morning at 5:30 a.m. or before then, you will see day 2 devotional there too. If this makes sense to you, go ahead and type "make sense" in the chat. Make sense. That every day your recording is in the app. Every day your walking assignment is in the app. Every day, every Saturday, it's going to ask you, girl, put your stats in. Girl, put your pictures in. If that makes sense to you, type "makes sense." Type "makes sense." If you have a question, ask your question. I'm so here to help guide and direct you. Now, inside the app, we also have a group. That group is called Marching to Melt Our Bellies. I'm going to say hi right now in that group so that you can see that I am there with you. If you end up having a question or a problem, ask me. That is where I'm going to share your recipes, in that group. In that group. Recipes will be shared here. Okay? Does it make sense? The recipes are in the group. The group is called Marching to Melt Your Bellies. The group is found on the main page. If you hit that rocket ship, you can get to it. If it makes sense, type "makes sense." If it doesn't, this is the place to get your answers and to get it hooked up. For those of you who don't have your password to your app, email us. We got you, girl. Right? For those of you who can't figure out how to upload your waist and you don't see the plus sign, go ahead and email us. We got you, girl. All right. So we are committing to the following tasks. We are working out, we're doing our devotion, and we're going to be listening to that devotion while you walk. While you walk. Right? Does that make sense? Do you guys walk and listen, or do you listen at another time? Let me know in the chat. I'm curious to know how y'all are doing the challenge. I designed it so that you can listen to it on the first like 10 minutes of your walk. Let me know how you're actually doing it though. Patricia's walking and listening. What are you other ladies doing? Are you on the tread? Are you walking and listening like that? Or are you listening like while you're seated? Or what are you guys doing? Let me know in the chat. That's awesome. Listening first. All right. All right, sisters. So here's a screenshot again. Go to your things to do list. You get there by hitting the rocket ship at the bottom. You'll see the walking steps and the recording, and then you have your group. Kimberly says, I listened before. Oh, that is so interesting. That's great. Thank y'all for sharing that with me. I appreciate it. All right. Now, when you are listening in the app, because you should listen in the app, just click on the assignment, like day one, go to God, click on it and click start now. And and then click on the video. And then it will just get started for you right there in the app. You don't have to leave the app. It'll do it right there in the app. And then when you're done, mark it as complete. How many of you already marked your walking complete? Go ahead and type complete in the chat. If you saw on your to-do list, day one, go to God Girl, you clicked on it and you marked it complete because you listened to it, type complete in the chat. If you don't know what I'm talking about, say, I don't know. I don't know if you don't know what I'm talking about. Because we also sent the video and email. I did that because not everybody had access to the app yet, and I wanted to be sure you heard the devotion, whether you were in the app or not. But you should be listening is a workout in your app. So mark it as complete, and then you'll see this little thumbs up. That go ahead and click out of that. And then a check will be next to day one. So now when you go to your to-do list, you should see a check box inside of it, and you should see it says complete. It's now complete because you marked it as complete. Now I have another thing that I want to share with you guys before we go, because we are about to get out of here. I decided that I wanted to give weekly prizes starting on week 2, because this week 1 is only Friday and Saturday. How many of you would be interested in winning weekly prizes? Now, I'm going to give prizes to our top 2 steppers. And they have to be people who post their selfies, and they have to be people who are participating, right? You put your waist inches in, you are posting your selfies, and you have the highest steps, then you're entered in for weekly prizes. If you are interested in prizes each week, go ahead and type prize in the chat. It's optional. Don't have to do it. I'm just curious to know if anybody interested in winning weekly prizes while we walk. Just go ahead and type prize in the chat. There are a few of you. All right. All right. Here's how that works. So with the app we currently have, we can't see how many steps you actually take. So we have another app. It's called Stride Kick. And you download the Stride Kick app. You invite our Stride Kick host. Her name is Sonia Hart. And Sonia will add you to the challenge. It's a month-long challenge, and Sonia's going to be telling me your steps. You can see your own steps. It'll be a leaderboard when you're in there. And we're going to start from scratch every week. So the person who wins week 1, that's great. But week 2, someone else gets a chance to win. Week 3, someone else gets a chance to win. So for those of you who are serious about winning prizes, go ahead and type prize in the chat. It's another form of motivation. And you will see how to download the Stride Right app in your email, right? If you need help with downloading the Stride Kick app, you can email us. We'll give the link to you again, but we already sent it to you as well. We've already sent it to you, but you can email us and be like, hey, I missed it. Can you send it again? And we'll absolutely send it to you again. Remember, post your selfies after completing your walk and get ready for transforming your body and your mind this March. This is our challenge leader, my soror, Miss Sonia Hart. She will be the one who will be adding you to the Stride Right Kick app. Zelda has a great question. If we already have, do we do anything? No. What we do is if you are already a member and already participating, you can, Sonia's going to be reaching out and she's going to make a post. And if you are already interested, just on that post, just say, hey, add me again. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Otherwise, she is just going to add everyone who is already there. She's going to, so if you're already there, she may ask again, or she probably just going to add you in there. But if there's some new ladies, do I have any new ladies going to be doing the prizes? Type new in the chat, because we need to make sure the new ladies get the prize app so that we can track their steps, the actual steps. Okay, so we're going to guarantee our success by reading and committing to reading our devotional each day. Jacqueline Parker, we're making sure that we get you that information on how to do that. We're going to guarantee success by reading every day. Now, my question to you, ladies, those of you who are listening and walking, this reading portion is going to happen when you are walking, correct? When you are walking. But there is also, it is optional, but there is a reflection day in your book. After every devotion, if you would like to, you have a quote, you have affirmations. Everything that I say in the video is in the book. But there's also a reflection, a diva reflection. How many of you would like to begin to complete that? That's on page 8. Diva reflection is every day after the prayer. How many of you are going to be doing the reflections? Type reflection in the chat. I'm curious to know. Today's reflection is, what are your thoughts on today's scripture and devotion? How can you apply what you read to your life today? How do you plan to prioritize your health? That's today's reflection. If you are doing that, again, that's a private thing. You don't have to post that. You don't have to share that. But I'm curious to know how many of you are going to be taking the time to do that. And I love seeing so many of you who are going to be doing that reflection. And what I would like for you guys to do, at least it's probably the easier way. Don't go to bed with your phone. Don't go to bed with your TV. Go to bed with your book and do your devotion. And then read your reflection. Write your reflection. That's a great new nighttime routine. It's so good to see so many of you are going to be reflecting in the evening with me, because I'm doing mine too. I'm doing it with you. All right. So make sure to set your time and dedicate the next 30 days for you. We already did that. Get your accountability partner, right? Get you a buddy and say, hey, friend, we need to connect. We need to make this happen for these 30 days. Then get the tools you need to get organized and to get to succeed. Some of the tools, like your book, you need that measuring tape. You need to get yourself a scale, water bottles. We got Fit Fine and Fabulous water bottles. We got Fit Fine and Fabulous measuring tapes. I love this water pitcher diffuser because it adds flavor to your water without adding that Crystal Light crap. And for those of you who would like to get a water bottle, who would like to get measuring tapes, you can do that at our Diva Shop. Our Diva Shop is www.fitfinefabulous.com/Diva Shop. You can go there and use promo code DIVAHOOD10 to get 10% off anything in the shop. Now, there were 10 ladies who were our top 10 commenters in the group for the month of March. If you're interested in getting anything, remember, you have your own promo code that's 20% off. So that is doable here as well. So ladies, hopefully you get it. Oh, you get it. Reviewing our challenge and how it works. Make sure you are in our Fit, Fine, and Fabulous group. If you are in our Facebook group, go ahead and type FB in the comments. Our Facebook group is called Fit, Fine, and Fabulous. Type FB if you're already there. You know that you're there. I want you to remember that our next challenge is coming up soon. At the end of this challenge, March 20 through March 30th, I'm encouraging everybody on this call to participate in our Get More Sleep Girl Challenge as we are marching for the final days. So good to see so many of you. Make sure that you follow us on Instagram. I post recipes there. And our Facebook group, I post recipes there. Also, and on YouTube, subscribe subscribe to the videos, like the videos, comments on the videos. That lets me know that, oh, okay, she really did watch that thing. So that's good. Does anybody have any questions before I head out for the day? Any questions? If you don't have any questions and you found this live to be helpful, let me know in the chat. At least say it was helpful. This was good. This helped me. Or I wish we would have did this. Or I wish we would have done that. Let me know in the chat how you're feeling about tonight's call. I really do hope it motivated you and inspired you to get your steps on. I really do hope it helped you to be organized so that you know how many steps, when you're stepping. Also, the measuring your waist. Also, making sure that you're listening to the devotion while you're walking. Hopeful that this was helpful to you. Thank you, Annie and Darian, Kimberly. Who else? Dion. Thank you. Dion Lawson is here. Sabrina. Thank you. Zelda. Michelle Hart. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So glad. Thank you guys all for joining tonight. It was my goal to inspire and to uplift you into moving forward, stepping forward into our goals. I've already prayed over you in our devotional, so make sure you listen to that devotion. We say a prayer for you every day. You'll be hearing my voice every day. If you lean in, I promise you'll be inspired in the Lord to keep going. Use our app. Use me. Comment if you need me. I am here for you. I am here to serve. Thank you, ladies, so much for your time, for joining our Go to God for Your Goals 30-day Marching to Melt Your Belly Challenge with the divas of Fit, Fine, and Fabulous. And Dion Richardson, I am looking forward to being and walking alongside you as well. Feel better, my friend. Dion, thank you for letting me know it was helpful. Cheryl, thank you so much. Ladies, have a great night.